morning and welcome to episode 22 of the Blue Fern Yarn Podcast. My name's Shannon and I am the face behind Blue Fern Yarns. Today is Sunday the 12th of September and it has been a little while since I last recorded, mainly because there's been a lot going on. But we'll chat about that in a little bit later on in the podcast. I have got lots to sort of share with you guys today. I have got 6 finished objects, a couple of half finished objects and a couple of whips and a little bit of my shop news. You can find me on Instagram, Ravelry, Facebook as Blue Fern Yarns. I also have my own website, which is bluefernyarns.co.uk. Oh my god, I'm going to have trouble today, aren't I? So that's bluefernyarns.co.uk, where you can find my own hand-dyed yarns, higher knitting needles and crochet hooks, and other higher notions, handmade stitch markers, project bags, wool wash, etc. There's a lot on there. I also do some of my own pattern designs and they're available on the website or on Ravelry. And yeah, I think that's about enough of the intro bit. I would like to just bring up, so I'm doing a continuous MAL, make along. And you can enter into that either on Instagram or Ravelry. There is a thread in Ravelry for finished objects and a thread for whips and chatter. And then on Instagram again, there's a whips and chatter hashtag, which I will put on the screen so I don't get it wrong. And then again, there's another hashtag for the finished objects. So what that is, and all these details will be down below as well. What that is basically I wanted a way to be able to give back to my lovely customers. So those that buy my hand-dyed yarn and love using it, because I have had some lovely comments. So those that like to use my hand-dyed yarns can enter in their finished objects, and then once a quarter I will go through those that have entered on both Ravelry and Instagram, and basically you'll win some form of yarny prizes. So I wanted a way to give back to basically my customers. So please do feel free to enter that if you've used my yarns. There aren't many rules. Again, they'll all be linked below. So yeah, what are the rules? The rules are basically if you use 50% or more of my hand-dyed yarns, and if you started the project, or even if you finished the project early August, I'm happy to accept those as entries. But anything, even if you started the project like a year ago or more, that is not a problem as well, as long as you finished it from the 1st of August to date sort of thing. They can all get entered into there. And yeah, there's not too many entries at the moment, so the chances of you guys winning something is pretty high at the minute. The first prizes will be drawn at the end of September, and then there'll be one at the end of December, end of March and end of June, and then it will just continue yearly basically. So please do feel free to enter. It'd be lovely to see what you guys make. There has already been a couple of entries and I may have added those patterns to my favourites to actually make myself, because it is really lovely seeing them. So yes, it would be lovely for you guys to enter. So I think that's all the admin and intro bit. So I'm going to start straight away because we've got lots to talk about. So one of my first finished objects is this. It is the Simple Stripes by Suvi Knits, and it was actually a sample knit by my mum using 7 different colours. If you want to make this one, I believe it was size 4. I think it was size 4. I will double check and I'll make sure I put it down in the down bar below. But we used 7 colours and each one was less than 50 grams. It ranged anywhere between 30 and 50 grams. 30 and 40 grams, sorry. So yeah, if you know anyone who does any like 50 gram skeins, or you want to go and buy 50 gram skeins, you can totally get this gorgeous jumper out of 7 different colours. So I'm just going to go through the colours. So up here we've got emerald. I'm not sure if that's showing up properly. So we've got emerald, there we go. Urban jungle, green seas, which is a brand new colour, and there is some more shop update news later, so watch this space. We've got summer skies, this is grasshopper, and this is oh honey honey. How could I not have this one in here? And this one is rainforest. So yeah, my mum made this for me, and I love it. It is so bright and so out there, and those that have watched me for a while will notice that this is so not the colours that I would go for, and I love it, absolutely love it. Yes, and the sleeves, my mum's done them quite long for me, and I actually really love the length of them. They kind of go to about there, and oh, I just love them, absolutely love them. Yeah, so I definitely recommend this pattern. Not that I knitted it, but I do love the final outcome. I love it so much that actually I am going to knit this pattern at some point. It is definitely near the top of my to-do list. Probably after Christmas, once I've got a few Christmas things made. Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully. But yes, it's absolutely lovely and I really, really enjoy it. And then I'm going to jump onto another finished objects. So these are actually my fir cone socks. And I remembered after I'd finished recording and had uploaded, I remembered that I didn't actually show you these as finished objects. I think I even said that I had no finished objects. I did have these. So this is my pattern, and you can see that it's got this gorgeous fir cone motif all the way down the outside of the leg. So the left leg and the right leg is worked slightly different. And the yarn that I've used is my own hand-dyed yarn, and it's coming out a little bit paler on there, but it's ever so slightly like a bit more red. I don't know if it's not coming out. It's slightly more reddy brown, and the base colour, the pops of colour are coming out about right. And I've forgotten the name of the colourway now. No, I haven't. It's called Garden Path, and it has sold out at the moment, but it will be restocked soon. But yeah, it's just absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, and because I have Benedict's, I will be putting a bit of a discount on all of my own published patterns. So watch to the end of the podcast and you will see what that is. So yes, that's another pair of socks that I get to add to my sock stash. It's looking very healthy at the moment and I love it. Yes, that pattern is available on my website and Ravelry if you are interested. Another finished object, which was one of my most enjoyable knits ever, to the point where I got it done within 2 weeks. And I will just explain, I was off work for like those 2 weeks. So my granddad, who was very, very sick, and again, if you've been watching for a while, you'll know that he was very, very sick. He was in hospital, he's been in a care home for a while. He did actually pass away. He passed away towards the end of August, and we had the funeral on the 10th, Friday just gone. And we had a lovely send-off. Some of our extended family came up from London, where they're based, sort of thing. And yeah, so it was lovely to see the family. And and it's one of those things, isn't it? It's like getting old sucks. So I wanted something that I didn't really have to think too much about. I also really wanted to use this yarn, which I will share with you in a second. And yeah, it was one of my most enjoyable knits, and anyone who came and saw me at the Southern Wool Show at the beginning of September will know that it was one of my favourite knits, because I told everyone who was interested. And it is the Painting Honeycombs shawl. I think that's about, don't quite know how that's looking on the camera. But yeah, so this is a new yarn base that I bought to the shop. And so it's the yak base, which I've mentioned before, but I'll go through it again. It is 70% superwash merino, 20% yak and 10% nylon. And this grey browny one is actually how it looks when it is undyed, and it is just such a gorgeous tone, and it creates all these deep, rich jewel tones, which is, I love it. It's absolutely amazing. And yeah, so basically made this. You start off with the longest edge, which I really like, and then you kind of work down to the point where you get to the smallest bit ever. And then yeah, I just found it so enjoyable. Normally when I'm sort of knitting shawls or anything like that, you start off with the tiny bit, don't you? And then you have to get bigger and bigger, and by the time you get towards the end, you're thinking, I've kind of had a bit of enough of this now. So yeah, basically I was just sat there thinking, yeah, we'll do this one, we'll see how it goes. And the cast on was a bit of a headache, but it wasn't too bad. And yeah, so this is out of all of the 8 colours that I actually offer on the yak base. I don't offer any more, and I'm not going to. I love this little collection that I've got. So you've got the undyed just here, and I made this out of a 100 gram skein of undyed and then 8 20 gram minis. So I'm going to go in sort of reverse order from how I made it. So this is undyed. Then you've got maple, which is just here. I just love that colour. Anyway, then you've got happiness, and these are all named after colours that I actually stock in my shop that are, when they're on the platinum base, they're a lot brighter, but because it's done on this dark tone, it is just comes up really rich. So that's happiness. Then it goes into emerald, which is the same emerald that I've got up here. Then this is Caribbean Seas, and anyone who doesn't know what Caribbean Seas looks like when it's on the platinum base, I've got a little swatch just up here so you can see the difference. It is quite a difference, isn't it? It's between these two, but they're both named the same thing. So yeah, so you've got Caribbean Seas. This one here is ink. Then I have got this one, which is currently called just purple, but I'm going to rename it to Royal. So thank you, Mum, for the name. Royal. This is magenta, and this is wine o'clock. And yeah, this is just sort of how I would wear it, is just sort of throw it around the back of your neck and just wear it like this. Probably not going to wear it too long in here because it is getting quite warm with the knitted jumper and the... Oh, this would be really cosy for the winter though. But yeah, that's sort of how I would wear it if I was wearing under a coat. I have gone out a few times and just had it wrapped around me whilst wearing just a t-shirt or something because of the warmer weather. And actually it was really funny. I was in Morrison's, which is a local sort of food supermarket here in the UK, and I just had this random person walk up to me going, "Oh my god, I love your knits," and then she just walked off again. It's just like, okay, that was really weird, but it was so lovely. I just walked around with a grin on my face for the last however long, for the rest of the day basically, which was really, really nice. And so yeah, definitely 100% recommend this pattern. It was so much fun. You don't have to do it in those colours, you could do it in any colour you want. Yeah, I recommend it. It was a lot of fun. And I'm going to move on because I feel like we're just going to talk about that for the whole episode otherwise. I have got another finished object. It's another pair of socks. This is my Urban Jungle colourway. And again, it's in here. It's crept up quite a few times. Crept up quite a few times recently. So I've done a pair of shorty socks out of this, and I've got this, got it in here, and I've got it in these. So these are actually a DK weight sock, and it's one that I designed myself. And basically, I'm sure I could have done it really easy and just found a free DK pattern sock out there, because I have seen that there are quite a few. All I did was a swatch on I think it was 3.25mm needles, measured the swatch and then worked out how big I needed it and how many stitches I would need for my sock, and that's how I got these. They are super short because I'm calling them my bed socks basically, and in winter you're already wearing really big trousers anyway, or I usually really thick jogging bottoms or something, so you don't want anything too long because they then just bunch around your ankle and sometimes they slide off your feet. Well, they do for me anyway. They slide off my feet and I get really annoyed by it. So these are quite short, and that's exactly what I wanted for my little bed socks. I will be writing the pattern out and just publishing it for free. I've got one more size to just check, and that is the larger size, so I'm going to make some big ones for Tom. He's not here, so I can talk about this. They're basically going to be his Christmas present from me, or one of them. But yeah, they're just, I really, really love them. They're so thick, they're so soft and squidgy. It's my new favourite word to describe yarn. Squidgy. I don't know. Just going to carry on. So yeah, so these are really, really cute. I love them. And there are definitely going to be a few more pairs of these in the future, because I love them. But I will put a pattern out there, because I went through the hard work of doing it anyway. I'm sure there's some that are going to be similar. Yeah, it's just got 1 by 1 twisted rib for about 5 or 6 rows. Can't remember right now, but not long. Well, they're just bed socks. They're like the socks that you put on in the evening or when it's cold, and you just walk around the house in them. And now that I've shown you, I can actually wear them. Not that I need to at the moment, it's too warm, but hopefully it will start turning soon and get a little bit cooler, because I love autumn. I like it when it's a little bit cooler and I get to wear all of my knits. Basically, I'm going to walk around just covered in yarn. Sounds like heaven, doesn't it? Anyway, I do have another finished object. For those that are counting, we are nearly there. So this is the Birds of a Feather shawl by Andrea Mowry, and it is massive. I think I'm gonna have to zoom all the way back and just kind of show you this way. So it's quite thin at both ends, but it gets a bit bigger, and you just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. And there you go. So it is a huge, huge shawl. And again, it's a sample knit that my mum made me, and it is out of my own hand dyed yarn. and it's in my drift colourway. So you've got sections which is my fluff base, which is 74% Suri alpaca and 24% silk. I haven't got that the right way around, have I? Hold on, I've got my laptop here. I am literally going to double check the yarn base because apparently I don't know. Which is just rubbish, isn't it? Lace. Yeah, 74% baby Suri alpaca and 26% mulberry silk. So I sell it in 50 gram skeins and it is just so lovely. So on the fluff you can see that it's quite blurred, and then on the platinum base you can see it's a little bit more defined in the speckles, and it's just so lovely and it is so warm. I can't wear it for too long because it is so warm, but I can't wait to wear it when it is really cold. So you can see it's going to go around me twice, isn't it? Yeah. Ugh. I just dropped my earphone, which has got my microphone in there, so I'm really sorry if that's just going to cause a load of noise. I won't know until I've edited it. But yeah, so it is massive. It wraps around twice. Yeah, love it. Love it. It is so warm. I'm getting very warm in here. So yeah, definitely recommend that one if you're after a really long scarf. It's quite, you'd think it'd be quite heavy, but it is really not. It is so light. I can't really show you sort of how light it is. It has been blocked, so you've got that gorgeous sort of drape to it. And I'm probably not doing it any sort of justice. But yeah, my mum made this one. And yeah, I love it. I just love knitting. I'm going to say I love it for everything, aren't I? And now I'm covered in fluff. One of the joys of working with Suri silk. Suri alpaca silk. And yeah, so yeah, I love it. It's gorgeous. So if you're after a really long shawl, recommend that one. And then onto my last finished object. These are so very newly done. They were done very late last night. I haven't even blocked them yet, so they're on the blockers. But it's my friend's socks. And I've just realised my light switched off. So, okay, my light's now no longer working. Well, that doesn't work. Never mind. I will try and carry on without the extra light, and hopefully you guys can see the colours okay. But yeah, so these are my friend's socks. These are season 5, and this is how much I've got left. And it's called They Don't Know That We Know They Know We Know. Now, if you are a Friends fan, I can't remember her name now. So sorry, I can't remember her name. Ruth, there we go. Ruth from the Dotty Wool Company. I'm now not sure it is Ruth. Could put a name on the screen, I'm really sorry. From the Dotty Wool Company. She does these gorgeous self-striping yarns, and she's got like a Friends series that she's doing. So it's once a month you get a Friends colourway. And yeah, basically she does these gorgeous colours, and they're based on a certain episode, and I think she's doing like one for November and December. So November I think will be a Thanksgiving themed one, and then December will be a Christmas themed one, which makes total sense, doesn't it? So yeah, I just absolutely love these. They do need blocking, so they're still a little bit on the rough side, but yeah, I'm done season 5. I'm a little bit behind, but I don't really care. Don't really mind that I'm a little bit behind. I'll catch up eventually. And so far I am so pleased with this heel. This is probably the best matched heel, and it's this, oh gosh, it's the same on both, but it's probably the most, in my opinion, the best matched heel I have done since doing self-striping yarn. And I only did my first pair of self-striping yarn socks, must have been April or May time. But yeah, just absolutely love that. Don't know. Don't ask. Probably best not to, isn't it? Okay, so that's all the finished objects. I do have a couple of half-finished objects, which does mean that they are socks, obviously, and I've done one, but I haven't finished them. So this is, in fact, I'm going to show you the project bag first. Ta-da! It's a bit creased because it's been crumpled up in a bag because I took it away with me and then never pulled it out to work on it. So beginning of September, I was rewind. So at the beginning of September, I was at the Southern Wool Show in Newbury with my partner, and we went down on the Friday and came back on the Monday afternoon, and it was just so lovely, so lovely. And those that may have been paying attention, we got engaged. Yeah, I'm going to start grinning like an idiot again now. I haven't stopped grinning since he asked me. So we went to the Woodsbean, which is a Michelin star restaurant. And that is not weird because we do very occasionally try to go to like Michelin star restaurants, go for a fancy meal or something like that if we go away. Obviously we haven't done it for a little while because of lockdown and COVID and all that stuff. But yeah, so it wasn't weird that we went for a fancy meal. It was really nice. It was a nice night out. And we had our meal. Amazing food. Definitely recommend it. And then we left because we got a taxi so Tom could have a drink. Because quite often he drives, so he can't have a drink. So he had a drink. So we got a taxi and we had the taxi booked, and yeah, basically taxi was booked, and we had finished we'd left the restaurant about 5 minutes before our taxi was, 10-15 minutes before our taxi was due to turn up. So we thought we'd have a quick snoop around the little garden that they've got there and just sort of go outside, wait. It wasn't cold, it was lovely. And yeah, so we went outside. And Tom turned around, I'm just rambling now. Tom turned around and said, oh, there's one more thing we've got to do. So I turned round back towards the restaurant thinking, well, what have I missed? I must have missed something. And I turned back round, he was on one knee. So romantic. He was on one knee and he asked me to marry him. And all I kept saying was, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Because I couldn't believe it happened. So yeah, I did eventually say yes. And yeah, so we're engaged. We probably think it's going to be a long engagement. We don't know what we want for a wedding. But yeah, and I'm just grinning like an idiot again. I can feel it. Anyway. So that's what happened. So anyway, we were away. I'm going to jump right back. We were away and I took this away with us, but obviously didn't get it out, so it's a bit crumpled. So I'm really sorry, Mum. So it's a handmade project bag by my mum, and it's got this gorgeous fern print, and obviously I love ferns. Like, it's a blue fern just there, and there, and there, and there. Sorry, there's basically blue ferns, and it has got my favourite fabric on the inside, which is just white with these brighter white triangles. There we go, you can see it just a bit better there, and I love it. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, I'm having that. I am so having that. So I did. So this one's not made it to the shop, but there are plenty of other bags coming to the shop. And yeah, basically I'm making another pair of DK socks. So I've got one of them, it's on the blockers, it's not been blocked, but it's another DK pair of bed socks. So I wanted to check that my numbers were right and everything like that, and surprisingly they were. And yeah, so these are my platinum DK base, and yeah, basically they're just seconds, so they're skeins that didn't quite turn out right, although looking at them I do pretty much love them the way they are. And yeah, so I've done that much of one of them, and then I have got, just take it out of the DPN cozy, and I have done the leg of the other one, so I just need to pop the heel on and then finish it all off, and then I've got another pair of DK bed socks. Yeah. Nothing more to say about it than that, other than the fact that I haven't finished them. I'm about halfway through, but I love them. Yeah, but they're seconds, they didn't quite turn out how they were supposed to. I've got a whole drawer of them, so I'll either put them on the website as, maybe have a bit of a second sale, or who knows, or I'll use them myself, because they're still just as lovely, they're just not quite the colours they was meant to be, so you know, it happens. And then I've got another half-finished object, and this one I was doing. So this is, again, it's my own pattern, and it is called the Sandy Ripple. There we go, that's probably the best bit. Sandy Ripple socks. And I have made them out of my own hand-dyed yarn in my Oh Honey Honey colourway. So the other pair that I had made for the pattern, my mum had claimed. And obviously I wanted a pair for myself, so I'm making them out of my Oh Honey Honey colourway. And I did the first sock really, really quickly because I wanted it as a sample for the show, just to show how gorgeous it is. Just look at these little, oh, love it. And it's out of my Blue Fern Yarn project bag. And I just need to do the other one. So I will get there. I'm determined to finish off a few whips. I'm going to go through that with you in a bit. But yeah, not too bad. I like this one. I like them all, obviously. I don't know why, obviously, but I do. And actually, I'm going to jump back a bit to then jump forwards. So I've got a finished object, but unfortunately I haven't got it with me. It is a baby blanket. It wasn't intentionally a baby blanket, but yes, it's a baby blanket. And it's a crochet one, and it was pink, so a lot of you probably saw it while it was a work in progress. I will pop a picture in here and just talk about it very briefly. So yeah, it's just a crochet blanket. It hasn't really got a pattern to it. I might write this one up if people are interested. It's very, very simple. Just change a number of stitches and then, yeah, worked it up into a blanket. The yarns are all 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, which is basically my platinum base. There are other dyers in there as well, so a lot of it is scraps, some of it is my hand-dyed yarns, some of it is Nora George, some of it's Pixie Yarns, some of it's Vicky Brown. I think she's Vicky Brown Designs, actually. Yeah, I think she's Vicky Brown Designs. But yeah, there's quite a few yarn dyes in there, but I basically went with the colours pink. I don't know why, I just did. I think it's because I had a lot of scraps of that, so I just wanted to use them, and it was a really good stash buster. Totally recommend that. And that then leads on to another whip. So I started another blanket, because you can't not have a blanket on the go, basically. And I've done quite a bit already. I got a little bit carried away with the chain, the initial chain, so it's a crochet blanket. I'm just going to show you the bag. So this is the project bag. It is one that Tom bought me for my birthday this year, and it is by Sealed with a Stitch. Hopefully that will turn around on the screen when you guys see it. But yes, so absolutely love this bag. Oh, I love it, and as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, I have to have it. So I showed it to Tom, and I was very lucky and I got it. Anyway, so yeah, it's a crochet blanket. I basically went through my stash, and most of my minis are in here. It's still pretty full, not gonna lie, but I have used up a lot. So I've done some various magic knot balls. There are quite a few in here, and they've got different colours, and I've taken a photograph of the order that I want to do the big balls in, which will then hopefully create a lovely little fade. And yeah, so the top of the blanket is this pink bit. And yeah, I got a bit carried away with the initial chain. So it is quite a long blanket. I don't think I'm going to get it all in the screen, even if I move all the way back. No, it's not going to work. But yeah, I just really like that I'm actually using a lot of my stash, and I really like the textured effect of this. And this is the same effect that I used on the pink one that I've just shown. And yeah, I just absolutely love that. Some of the fade is perfect. Some of them is a bit, whoa, that's not quite fading, but I don't care. I really like the effect. You have got this one just before has got different tones in this one. But yeah, I really, really love this blanket. If I fold it in half, there we go. So basically it's that double. I've got no reason I'm making it, I just like making them. And yeah, so I've got that. That'll probably take a while. There's a lot of yarn down there. I'm just using 10 and 20 gram skeins. Yeah, it'll get done when it gets done. There's no hurry. It's just one of those things you always just have going on in the background, don't you? I probably won't show you every time when I've worked a few rows on it, because it does take a while just to do the one row. But yeah, say like if I get halfway through it, I'll show you again, and so on and so forth. And then I have one more whip. So my one more whip is sitting in this lovely little basket. This one is actually, I've still got the sticker on it. It's from IKEA. It's similar to this one. This one actually came from, not Hobbycraft, Dunelm, and I loved it, and I got it for my show, and I love it so much I couldn't put it away, so I put my mini skeins in there. And then I've got two little ones. I don't know where the other one is. It's probably being used somewhere else, but it's really cute. Anyway, but yes, so this is another blanket, and I was so desperate. So I've been saying to myself for ages that I really wanted to use these minis. So it's my Pastels mini set. This one here, pink, is Fondant. This one is Sea Mist. This is Twinkle Toes. This is Mist, and this is Macaroon. And yeah, so I've got two 20 gram sets, and I'm basically just making a Habitation throw. Sorry, you can hear the needles clanking a little bit, but yeah, just making a habitation throw. Nothing too fancy. I just fancied making something out of those, and I didn't know what. I knew I wouldn't necessarily wear them. I don't know. I probably would. Trying to be a bit more adventurous with my colours, but yeah, I don't know. The habitation throw has been on my to-do list for a very long time, so I figured why not make something, and it doesn't matter how big or small it ends up. I'm just going to work, because in the pattern it's written so, and it tells you how you can work out where's the middle point of your yarn. So basically I've got 2 sets of 20 gram minis. I'm basically going to work one set all the way up until I finish that, and then the other set down to decrease again. So making it easy on myself. And we also have someone in the family who is expecting, so depending when I get that done, they might be getting a little baby blanket, and I can talk about it on here because I'm pretty sure she doesn't watch this. Pretty sure she doesn't. If she does, she might now know. Oops. Oh well. I haven't got too much else. So what other whips have I got? So I've got the square dance socks, which you've seen previously. I am hoping to finish those. Yeah, I think that's all my whips really. So I've got 3 whips. It's not good enough, is it? So Stephen West has released the intro to shawlography, which is his MCAL this year. Mystery knit along if you haven't done it before. And it is 5 skeins, all of different colours, and these are my 5. So obviously you can tell I've tried to go a little bit bright again because I really like these. So it's 5 colours that contrast, is what I think he says. And I do have some shawlography kits on my website. If you are interested, feel free to check them out. And yeah, so there's 5 skeins just here. And these are the 5 that I am doing mine in. So I do actually, on my website, I haven't mixed the yarn bases, but in this kit I have mixed the yarn bases. And basically that's because I know that they work well together. Like, you can use my platinum base and my yak base together. But I haven't got a sample. So it's kind of, I wanted a sample to do that. And also look at these colours, aren't they just amazing? So this is my palette for this year's mystery knit along. I'm very, very nervous that there is going to be brioche in there because he's released a lot of patterns of brioche this year. And I can't do brioche. I haven't even, that's a lie. I have tried it. I tried it on like almost a swatch, and I just couldn't do it. I kept getting tangled up. I kept messing up. I just could not do it. But my mum reassures me that he's done one before that had brioche in it. And he also did a different section which was just like garter or something like that, so if you didn't want to do the brioche you could do the garter. So I will do that if there is brioche in it, but really excited that he's got another MCAL coming. So these are my colours. So this is Caribbean Seas on my platinum base. This is Green Seas. It's coming up a bit more bluey on there. It's very much, yeah, it's coming up bluey there as well. It's more green than blue. We have got Caribbean Seas on yak. So you know where I said like the difference? That's the difference. It's the exact same dye process and dye amount and everything like that. But because the base starts off a lot darker on the yak, it comes up a lot darker on that. And then I've got a skein of Pacific. I keep wanting to call it specific. It's not, it's Pacific. Yep. And then I have got another Ink on Yak. And yeah, so they are my 5 colours, and I am super excited about winding them up, getting everything ready, and yeah, hopefully being able to start that on the 8th of October. Pretty sure it's the 8th of October. Does he start it on a Friday? Can't remember. That is a Friday this year, so maybe, I don't know. And yeah, basically there is lots of exciting things. Yeah, so that is a plan for a whip. I haven't got any other plans at the moment. Kind of, I don't really know what I want to make at the minute, so yeah, just going to keep going until I decide what I actually want to make. I've got those 2. I've got other halves of socks that I need to finish anyway, and I need to make Tom a pair of DK socks, and my Nan wants a cardigan, which is the Whitmore cardigan, because she loved mine so much, and she's picked her colour that she wants, so I just need to dye that yarn up and then make it. Yeah, I think I've got a few things to do. I don't know whether I want to do them. I will do them at some point. So yes, anyway, last but not least is the shop update, which is Tuesday the 14th of September. There is a lot of stuff coming. So there is a massive restock on the higher knitting needles, crochet hooks, DPNs. I'm also restocking, or bringing these are new product to me. I've used them in the past and I really like them. So they're just the cable stoppers. So there is a variety of colours, and these are just the beaded cable stoppers. So I have got the panda ones in stock at the moment, but I thought I'd bring these bead ones as well because they are so beautiful. They're not going to show up too well in the plastic, but the photos that are going on the website, I'm basically using a set of colours that I've got that are not in the plastic, so you can see what colours they are. But you've got like the reds, you've got like a purple one here and a deep blue one just there. Oh, hang on, there we go, it's the deep blue one, and you've got like a rich green one just there. There are a couple of other colours, and they will be shipped randomly, so if you want a specific colour, please put it in the comments when you place your order, so then I can try and accommodate. If I can't, I will contact you and let you know and see if there is another colour that's closer to it, to see if that's what you would prefer. I am also bringing painting honeycomb shawl kits to my website in these colours. So basically what you would get is a 100-gram skein of the undyed, and then you would get 8 of these 20-gram mini skeins, which would be in each of the colours that I've done it. If you would like different colours, just get in touch, and I will see what I can do. There is only limited stock of the minis at the moment, but what I will do is I'll try and get some more dyed up for you. There is also the 100-gram skeins of each of these colours also coming to the shop. So yeah, so just to remind you, you've got the wine o'clock, the magenta, royal, ink, then you've got Caribbean seas and emerald, then you've got happiness and maple, and you'll also be able to you'll also be able to buy the 100-gram skein of undyed on its own, because it is just gorgeous, and it is a sock yarn as well, so you could even make a pair of socks out of them. They'd still be fairly hard wearing because there is a bit of nylon in there, and yeah, so there's all of those coming. There is also, at the moment on the website, there is a bit of my newest collection, which is only on my platinum base at the moment, but it is also coming on my bamboo base, which is 80% superwash merino, 20% bamboo. And the colours are my Norfolk collection. So here we've got Heacham, Home of Norfolk Lavender. So we've got that. We have also got Blakeney, which is just these gorgeous rich blue tones, and then it fades into some softer tones as well. We have got Wells, Next to the Sea, and we've also got Thetford Forest. So basically I live in such a beautiful part of the UK in Norfolk, and there are so many places around Norfolk which have got some gorgeous colours, gorgeous scenery and things like that, and I would really love to bring some of it into my yarns. So to start off, all I have done is just include it in this 4 skein collection, and yeah, I just absolutely love the start of this collection. There will be a lot more coming, but yeah, so basically that's what it is at the moment. So there's those, they're coming through on new bases as well. Yes, there is also the Green Seas colourway, which still looks more blue than it actually is. It is very much slightly more green. It's more of a turquoise sea green, which is why it's called Green Seas. But yeah, so that's coming. What else is coming? There are lots of project bags, handmade project bags by my mum, and I'm just going to grab them. So bear with me a second. Okay, so I've got them all here. There are quite a few, so bear with me. They are all one-of-a-kind bags, so if you like one and you want it, please do grab it quite quickly, because they are not available again, because we don't know if we can get the materials again, basically, or the fabric. So we've got this gorgeous dark green one with quite interesting trees and cacti on there. Love that. We have got this lovely little pale green one with little leaves all over them. They all have box bottoms, and all the measurements and everything will be online. So we've got that one. We have got another botanical style one, which is just here, and they are all drawstring. Honestly, I'm having trouble with words today. So you've got that one just there. We have got a really cute little dream catcher one, and it's got this gorgeous bright colour on the inside, which is just amazing. So you've got dream catchers. You've got this lovely soft grey one with yellow flowers. I can't even speak. Flowers, and then you've got some really cute bees on the inside. But these are all sort of sock size bags, and I use mine for socks. That's this one. It's this size that I've shown you earlier. You've got another lovely floral green one, which is just there, and it's got this really bright, and it's looking very, very orange on there, but it's slightly more yellowy. It's a yellowy orange. Is that a thing? It's a yellowy orange, and it's there. There is this one, which is another one I was really contemplating keeping because I love it. Because again, it's got the fir cones on there. Fir cones. What am I talking about? Fern leaves. And it's got this really cute, let's show you that one because it's slightly higher there. It's as sweet as honey on the inside, which is lovely. Oh, I love that. This one really makes me smile. You've got one, it's got loads of little clouds on it, and then on the inside you've got the sunshine. It's lovely. Please buy them so I don't have to buy them all. And then we've got a lovely paisley one, bright paisley, and you've got a lovely bright yellow with white dots on the inside just there. And last but not least, another botanical style one with sort of, it's cacti again really, isn't it? So you've got like little cacti just there, and then it's just got green candy stripe on the inside, which is really sweet. So yeah, we've got all of those bags coming. We do also still have a couple of these medium-sized bags, so you can sort of see the difference. So this is sock size, this is the medium size. We've got a couple of these still in the shop. So this is the Blue Love Hearts one. And then I also have the Fox one as well. But again, they're all sort of one of a kind, and all the others have been sold. So if you are interested, please feel free to grab one. And again, I'll remind you the date, that's Tuesday the 14th of September at 7 PM British summer time. And then I think that is everything. If you've managed to stay to the end, thank you so much. Thank you for joining me on my sort of knitting crafty journey. And I want to say a big thank you. I have reached over 400 subscribers to my YouTube channel, and I'd like to say thank you by offering you guys a discount code. So that will give you 50% off of all of my published patterns. And the code is YouTube, and I'll put that in the comments below as well so you can see that. It will be valid until the end of September, so the 30th of September at midnight. So please do feel free to grab a pattern and yeah, share with me what colours you're using, and if I've got any colour inspo ideas, I'll tag you in any future makes that I make myself. But yes, that is basically everything. Thank you so much for joining me. I know I feel like I've rambled quite a bit in this one, but hopefully it has made sense to you. And hopefully see you again very soon. Take care. Bye.